When we are all inevitably killed by nuclear bombs, how do you want people to remember us? Not as a wide variety of cultures that invented democracy and basketball, but as humans. Will the next generation of humans have to start at square one, or could we leave some sort of message for people to find? This is a question that has stumped a number of scientists' minds, as if they weren't thinking of questions like that already. Hello, I am Andy, and today I want to talk about nuclear hostile architecture, as well as review the new King Krule album, Space Heavy. While many ideas were thrown around about how to explain to future humans that we harness the power of the sun in order to tear our atoms apart, the only one that really sticks today is the toxic waste symbol. Its jagged edges and points are designed to make anyone worried about what it is containing. Scientists have found the perfect way, using evolutionary biology and other fields, in order to scare the bejeebers out of us. But scientists had other ideas in order to make sure that future humans don't accidentally absorb countless radiation rays and permanently erase humanity. I am in support of the idea that we should genetically modify cats in order to glow bright green in the presence of radiation, and then write folk songs about how people should run like hell away from green cats. The songs would get passed down from generation to generation, and a new nuclear folk genre would emerge. While this new genre would be exciting as it would blend both the sound of Woody Guthrie and glorify the atomic age, I doubt I would be alive to hear it. But scientists have found this idea to be, as scientists would say, stupid. Instead, the most prominent idea is to instill nuclear hostile architecture around sites that harbor nuclear waste. It's the same idea as the nuclear waste symbol, while with giant buildings made of spikes in order to scare people away. But the barren landscapes that were once lush and are now gone, along with the obvious non-natural creations, are chilling, horrifying, and instill a sense of splendor, much like King Krule's newest album, Space Heavy. The music on Space Heavy continues where Archie left off on his last LP back in 2020. The sad boy aesthetic, mixed with his unmatched instrumental creativity, creates such an empty sound that is hard to accomplish in his primary genres of indie rock and post-punk. Most of his songs sound like if Mac DeMarco drank a cup of chamomile tea, took 3 deep breaths, and finally relaxed a little. But his lyrics really do remind the listener that the days you can relax are fleeting. You have to get out while you can and do anything to make money, and then one day you can retire. Or, while you're at your assistant office administrator job for some insurance company you couldn't afford, a nuclear bomb goes off, and suddenly your work seems so small. All you can think about is how you can't say goodbye to your family because they are too close to the blast zone and were most likely instantly vaporized. Instead, you think about the song When Vanishing and how the violins mixed with the springy samples remind you that very soon you will vanish, and your cubicle will very soon just be a small blip in a new desert. Or how the song Seaforth reminds you of a memory where your parents took you to the beach and you can't remember any of the details, but you definitely remember being happy. The dream pop guitars and drums create such a comfortable environment to relate your struggles in. It feels less real than it actually is. And it's nice to remember life being more dream than reality for your last few moments before the shockwave hits your building, because reality wasn't that nice to you. So it's okay to be a little delusional in these last moments. They're yours. Take advantage of them. And while the focus of the album is on indie rock, the stripped back songs remind you of how Earth is not what it used to be. When the bombs fall, Earth will be like the moon, nothing but minerals. And that is all we get on the 3-part suite of Tortoise of Independency, followed by Empty Stomach, Space Cadet, and Flimsy. The songs are stripped back and create more isolation, like you were one of the future humans coming into contact with the wasteland we called home. And as they pick through the rubble and look onwards at once, the emotions of loss sprout endless creative notions that need to be carried out. And like staring at the inevitable pile of spikes and metal that has the primate urges in our brain alerting us to stay away, Flimsy tries to instill this same empty landscape. While it sounds like an instrumental track from The World is a Beautiful Place and I'm No Longer Afraid to Die, another band known for their sparsity in their sound, it invites curiosity. Instead of feeling fear, we as humans like to ask the question, why are we so goddamn terrified of these things? We don't like the uncanny valley, the part of our brain that is scared of things that look almost human. But why? Why am I scared of the way a melted Barbie doll looks after I threw my sister's Barbie doll into the fireplace on Christmas evening? Or why do the post-punk songs on this album, like From the Swamp and Pink Shell, make me uncomfortable? For the Barbie doll analogy, I think it's the human-like eyes that are slowly fading into wax. But for the post-punk songs on the new album, it's a lot harder to realize. I just think RT does a great job of creating a barren atmosphere, but the punk elements come in and just bring me out of it. It's like you're watching a wonderful nature documentary, and when they get to the part about the beluga whales, an atom bomb detonates 50 miles away. It really distracts you from the parts you were enjoying. But this album invites a sense of curiosity within you. But be careful. Curiosity kills cats, and science can make them green. But we will always be curious people, and no amount of scientists can turn us against that. For now, Space Heavy by King Krule is a 6 3/4. If you liked King Krule or are just a fan of nuclear hostile architecture, I recommend checking out Vegan with a Y, as well as doing some research into the Atomic Priesthood Project. I promise it's worth a Google search. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow me on Spotify for regular updates on this show, as well as liking and subscribing and commenting and engaging however you can on youtube.com. And then give me a follow on Twitter at AndyTold. That's my primary social media. And as always, what did you think of the album? I can't be the only one having opinions on them, so let me know yours.